Hello and good day to all of my tens of YouTube viewers. Today we're going to be talking about another audio topic. Lately on YouTube, record players have been in vogue. And a couple of years ago, I invested in a new record player myself. I've really enjoyed listening to vinyl music in my living room, but I also enjoy listening to digital music. I don't have a lot of vinyl because at the end of the day, vinyl takes up a lot of space. But I had a wonderful idea to try to figure out what my kids, who are casual music listeners, would think of vinyl versus MP3. So the topic of today's video is going to be my kids' opinions of vinyl tracks and MP3 tracks, which ones they like more, and the differences they perceive when they're listening. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce you to my two children. Elijah and Lily, why don't you come and join me? Elijah, they can't see you making weird finger gestures. Hi, Eli.
Hi.
Hi, Lily.
Hello, Father.
How are you guys?
Good.
Cool. So, did you guys have fun listening to music?
It was very fun. I had a jolly good time.
I love torturing them with all of my audio hobby. So, Elijah, why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you grab the records that we're going to be listening to today? What have we got?
Dire Straits.
Dire Straits.
Oh, it's two.
Oh, that's two? Okay. So, most of you are going to be familiar with this album, Brothers in Arms. This is one of my favorite albums. This is one that I picked, I made them listen to. On this, what track did we listen to, Eli?
Your Latest Trick.
Your Latest Trick. Alright, Lily?
Bruno Mars.
What's this next album? Bruno Mars. So I wanted to pick a pop record. So I picked actually a couple pop records with music that the kids would be familiar with. Lily, what did we listen to off of Bruno Mars?
We listened to the song Grenade.
We listened to the song Grenade. Alright. What have we got next?
Billie Eilish.
Because I am a weird old man, one of
Otherwise
my...
known as pedophile.
Let's not go there. One of my favorite new artists is Billie Eilish. What song did we listen to from the Billie Eilish record?
You Should See Me in a Crown.
Alright. They picked that one. Not one of my favorite tracks of hers, but nonetheless. What do we got here?
Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam? Okay. Lily, as I recall, you absolutely loved this album.
My favorite.
What did we listen to off this album?
We listened to the song Black.
Alright. And what's the last one we have today?
Van Morrison.
Van Morrison's Moondance. Another outstanding album. Elijah, what song did we listen to off of this album?
Honestly, I don't even remember. What was it?
I think it was Stoned Me. Lily, do you think it was Stoned Me?
I believe so.
Probably the first track on the record, but it may have been Into the Mystic too.
Find out.
I don't know. We'll find out. But that's the music selection we have today. Let's go meet the stuff that we'll be playing it on, the audio gear.
It's going.
It's going. Is my shirt clean?
No. But you're good.
Okay. So, my equipment. The turntable that I'm using is this Marantz. It's TT15. Very, very nice unit. I have very much enjoyed it. I recently acquired this turntable. One of the reasons why I decided to go with this turntable is I think it is visually striking. It is a beautiful turntable, and it goes very well with my decor, and my wife was very approving of the look of this turntable.
It's got a very modern, nice look, yeah.
Very modern. Thank you, Lily. So all of the records will be played on this. All of the digital tracks will be played through Amazon Music. I recently upgraded to their high fidelity, their hi-fi service, which is lossless CD quality, and on some tracks it's even higher quality. I actually compared this to Google Music with my son, and the differences between the Amazon and the Google Music are pronounced on quite a bit of tracks, so I decided to keep the service. So it's going to be the Marantz versus Amazon and all the tracks. All of it's going to be playing through my Omen Dirty Weekend speakers. Again, visually striking, very nice in the room, but also I enjoy the sound flavor of them. They're very, very dynamic, very fun to listen to speakers. Lily, do you have any comments on the speakers?
The coloring kind of goes with the turntable.
The color
wood.
goes with the turntable. Yeah, that's good.
The turntable's bottom kind of looks like a cutting board.
Okay, so all this plays through with the Schiit Manny Phonopre, and I have my usual Denon receiver. I've not upgraded my Denon receiver yet. I may upgrade it in the future for to a 2-channel integrated just for music purposes. But the Denon receiver is going to be there for the home theater. And yeah, that's everything. So let's listen to some music and get some impressions from the wonderful kids. All right, guys. So, what was the first track we listened to?
Van Morrison.
Van Morrison. Go ahead.
You start
For the digital, I noticed a couple of things. I noticed that, first of all, they used the different speakers for different things. I heard on the left we heard a lot of guitar, and on the right we heard all the vocals. Obviously no buzzing because we weren't listening to it on a vinyl at the time, and it was on the beautiful Amazon track. Obviously it's going to be as clean as possible. What did you notice about the digital?
I felt as if I could hear each instrument. It was very clean, as he said,
Separated.
easy to distinguish type of thing. Would you
Alright.
go with mine?
The vinyl, you could hear just the slightest amount of background buzz from the vocals, so it kind of quiets out on the vocals. I don't know why it does that, but with all the vinyl tracks I've noticed that the vocals got a little bit more quiet and a little bit more buzzed out. It was a little bit less clear, but the instruments were fine. What did you think?
I almost felt as if his voice got kind of flat because the vocals were tuned down a little bit, and it had a little less texture to it, so it kind of took away from the music, which is not ideal when you're listening.
See how you thought that?
So, between the digital and the vinyl, which one did you guys prefer? Which one would you guys listen to?
I preferred the digital for this track.
Same here.
All right. Go ahead. What's the next track?
Dire Straits.
You just went over Dire Straits. Oh, wait. Yeah, Dire Straits, huh? Never
Yeah.
mind.
So, for the digital, I noticed that it was very synthesized. Everything was I felt like it went through so many different processes of trying to get the song to be just the way they wanted to. And in a way, every song would be like that, but this one, it's almost like they edited it a million times over to where the instruments almost weren't even instruments anymore. The vocals were great, and as soon as the brass instruments came in, when I started hearing the saxophone, I fell in love with the song. What about you, Lily?
I felt like the digital, it was very smooth, but I feel like we use this word a lot, but clean, as it should be. Not grainy at all, just a nice smooth track. What do you think about the vinyl?
The vinyl, when I was listening to it, when we got to my favorite parts, which was the brass instruments, it started buzzing a little bit for me, which obviously it's a vinyl, it's going to do that. It was still really good at the saxophone, and the vocals are more overpowered by the instruments.
I felt like the instruments made it such a strong song. And the vinyl, I feel like it sounds strange, but it almost downgraded it because I feel like the cleanness of the digital made it so you could hear all the instruments clearly, but the vinyl kind of blended it all together, made it a little less. It didn't live up to its full potential, is what I'm saying.
It wasn't your latest trick. Alright, so obviously my favorite was digital.
Mine too, yeah. Same. So the next song we listened to is Billie Eilish. You Should See Me in a Crown. Eli, what did you think about the digital?
It's clear as crystal. Every electric part was exceptional. So I don't know if they played that with an electric piano or something like that, but almost too clear.
Yeah.
There's a lot of spacing in the song,
Mhm.
and you could definitely notice every single difference in the instruments.
It was almost separated, which in some tracks is good, but I felt like it downplayed this track a little bit. I could definitely feel the music in the room. It was good on the digital, but I felt like the vinyl, it really like it gave it more of like an ominous tone when it blended the music together, which I think is good when you're trying to listen to this type of song. It was good. I liked the vinyl a bit more. What do you think?
The vinyl. Kind of ominous, like you said. A light buzzing, not as clear, and I noticed one thing, that there was definitely a loss of bass inside of the song. Though, as much as I hate to say it, I still preferred the digital.
Interesting. And then the next track we listened to was Bruno Mars with Grenade. For the digital, I felt like the music was very clear. The piano was really good. It was a little. I felt like the cleanness helped this album. Some albums, the cleanness kind of separates the music and it's not the best. Some of them, it helps to distinguish the instruments and makes it better. For this album, I felt like the cleanness helped it. It was good. I liked it.
For me, when you could start hearing the piano kick in, I wasn't a huge fan of the piano in the song, but I loved the vocals. The vocals blew me away. That's about all I had to say for that one.
Mm-hmm.
About vinyl.
Vinyl, I felt like it was less powerful. The quietness worked in Billie Eilish's favor because of the overall vibe of the song, but here it just kind of kills it.
For vinyl, the piano wasn't as bad, and that kind of like deal for me. I said it was louder, but a little bit more boring. But even so, the piano kind of helped the vocals a little bit more. I liked it more. I liked the vinyl more.
Okay. The next song that we listened to, the next track we listened to was Pearl Jam, and the song.
You didn't say what you liked more.
I did.
You did?
I prefer the digital. The next track we listened to was Pearl Jam and the song Black. Eli, which one did you? What's your notes?
The digital, I loved it. The vocals mixed with the music pretty well. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I had to say for that one.
I feel like we keep going over this again and again and again, but it's
clean.
Yeah, it's clean. Exactly.
I completely agree.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all I had down for the digital. But for the vinyl, I felt like it downplayed it. I use the word downplayed a lot, but because it was more chill, but almost boring how it did it. I felt like it was such a almost outstanding song because of all the everything, and then the vinyl just kind of like made it a little less crazy. But the craziness, not crazy, but like a little less outstanding.
Duller?
Yeah, duller.
For me, the vinyl, it was a more chill of a song. I noticed, once again, in this song, the voice was really taken over by the instruments. And in general, the song became a little bit more boring. And just the vocals made the song what the song is. And when they started to take that away a little bit in the vinyl, it took away the song.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. I like the digital. What did you like?
I like the digital more as well.
All right. Cool. That was actually really interesting. You guys need to scoot over so I can sit in between. Well, there you have it. 2 audio versions and their impressions on the digital versus the vinyl tracks. I personally thought their views and their opinions were actually really interesting. Overall, it looks like they preferred to listen to the clean digital music as opposed to the analog vinyl. But they did have tracks that they preferred on vinyl, and they had reasons that they preferred them. And I thought that the reasons that they preferred them were really interesting. I thought all of their opinions and how they viewed the music was pretty good, honestly, and kind of interesting. I will have a disclaimer that this was anything but scientific. They just listened to one track and they listened to the next track and they formed their own opinions on it. I haven't given them any sort of input as far as my own opinions on the vinyl and why I like vinyl or why I like digital. And there's definitely tracks that I prefer to listen to on vinyl, and there are tracks that I prefer to listen to on digital in the same way as them. But I think, me personally, it would be more even as to where whether I would listen to the vinyl or the digital track. I think it would be more 50-50 on songs that I prefer for vinyl and songs that I prefer for digital. But with that, again, thanks for taking the time to watch another video from the 3 of us, another pointless audio video. I hope that our content is getting a little bit better, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. With that, Lily?
Okay. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe down below. Turn on post notifications to get updated whenever we post a new video. Thanks for watching.
Elijah?
Every single time she does that because of how many YouTube videos she watches.
Thanks, Eli.
Comment down below if you liked it because we want to know if you liked it.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.